What's up, guys? Welcome to the podcast. My name is Derek. This is The Angle. If you want to know more about The Angle, what this podcast is going to be about, please just go over to my About tab on my channel. Look at the description. Everything you need to know is going to be right there. I'm looking for an audience that's looking for someone or something new to grow with, looking for someone to feel something different from, to get a different perspective from. And so, you check out that description, check out a little bit of my content, and that's you. Like, subscribe to get more content out of me. Expect to see something every Wednesday. I'll be posting every Wednesday, something new. So, with that being said, guys, real quick intro, straight like that. Let's get into the topic of the day. So, here on The Angle, a lot of our conversations are going to stem from segments of a wide variety. Today's segment is motivation, and the topic of the day is push. So, I'm sorry to tell you, episode one, dropping a truth bomb. I'm sorry to come in super preachy, but this is going to be something that I feel like a lot of us need to hear, want to hear, or maybe some of us don't know that we need to hear it. And that's what this episode is going to be about. It's coming out with a banger, episode one. It's getting real preachy. You know, I'm going to do my thing though. Hopefully, y'all rock with it. Hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully you get the message from it. And by the end of this, if you feel like this is something that touched you, or you know someone that this could help, or someone that might need to hear this thing to keep moving, to feel motivated, to just push, you know, share this to them, send this to them, watch it with them, whatever it means is. But I feel like this is important. I feel like what I'm going to say, what I have to say, is valid for a lot of us, and hopefully you guys feel the same way. So without further ado, let's really do this. Let's go. Scene 42, take 13, and action. All right, ladies and gentlemen, um, allow yourselves to hear and feel and accept this in ways that is positive and beneficial to you and your life, and in whatever form or fashion that may be. Um, we're here to push today, and we all need to understand what that means, on a very general and a basic level, and then to then understand that for ourselves at a deeper and a higher, more focused, more intimate level for our own selves. So let me explain this in a couple of ways, right? That it's just kind of numbed down to a little mini science, but it can get broader and vast in many ways. But there's a way to go about it that's very generic and basic, but it's still meaningful and impactful, regardless. Nevertheless, nonetheless. The way you want to do this, guys, is you want to keep going regardless of the circumstance or the hurdle, the obstacle, right? And there's a number of ways you can do that, and I want to explain it in these ways. First things first, very cliche, but very valid. The only one that is stopping you is you. And that's a lot of the time. It's not all the time, it's not 100%, it's not every day, all day, but a vast majority of the time, we are in our own way. Um, what's on the other side of that door is what we're all looking for in our own personal lives, in our own way, and what we think is the success that we need and we want, or the happiness that we need and we want. And the door is not necessarily a physical door. It is our own selves. It's that man, it's that woman that's in the mirror that's telling you no, you can't, and you're not good enough, or you don't look good enough, or you can't be good enough, or you can't become, that voice, that that hate that's within, that doubt that's within. that negative that takes over, that fear, all that stuff, it's just another form of ourselves. It's nobody else. Because even if it is a physical person that's in the way of something that you really want, when you have control of your own self, your own mental, your own energy, no one can stop anything that you're doing. You can become the greatest. You can become the greatest you, and the greatest you is unstoppable because there's nobody that's like you. So now you're able to do things that this person who's in your way can't do. You can find ways around them. You can go straight through them if you want to, but it comes down to winning that battle within yourself first before you can take on the next entity, which is another human being, another person, a boss or a enemy or a fake friend, whatever, family member. Before you can tackle any of that other stuff, you got to get you together first. And now nobody and nothing is stopping you at all. It's a whole nother world when you understand how to become one with the mind and the body and the soul and the many different ways that you can do it, because there's so many different avenues you can attack that of learning yourself. But being able to do that is one of the most powerful things that you can do, especially for starters. So the only person that's stopping you is you. You can and will become the better version of yourself once you have that mastered. And when you're on that journey of mastering yourself and beating yourself in whatever it is, that battle that you're trying to face, you start to see things approaching in the future. The light at the end of the tunnel, it starts to become a whole lot brighter even when the day is still dark. So, and I'm just speaking this from experience. I've dealt with um beating myself up in a lot of different things that I do in the arts, career choices, college, high school, all these different things that I've done and encountered and dealt with, suffered through, whatever. I would take a lot of the blame on myself, or just look at what I'm doing wrong, or looking at me not being good enough for these number of things that I want, I desire. But I'm a little bit older now, and I'm starting to see things differently. I'm starting to move differently because I've been battling myself for a little while now, and I'm winning. And now because I'm winning, I'm seeing different, brighter, and better things that's literally right around the corner. Is within reach. It's within my grasp. And so I'm here to tell you now that once you understand how to do that, these things become graspable. It's truly amazing. But it's never easy, right? It's not easy ever to do anything that you really want to do, regardless of how easy it looks. Anyone that owns a business, and I'm not talking about Apple, Google, or whatever, the big name brand things that you see and you think all these things about the conspiracies or the theories or the stereotypes that some of these businesses and corporations have. I'm talking about some of the small businesses that's in your hometown, or you go out of town and you see these tall, nice buildings and you wonder, oh, what are they doing there? The people that own these places, the CEOs, the presidents, or whatever the title is of what these corporations are about, they had to put in tremendous amounts of work, time, and passion, blood, sweat, and tears, all that, to getting that thing. And I'm just using this as a tangible something that you can understand on a physical level. Because it doesn't always have to be go start your own business, get your LLC. It's not always about that. I'm just saying that nothing in life that you really want, that you really desire, that's going to push you to having a different type of lifestyle is ever an easy thing to do. It's always going to be some type of a price attached onto it. And once you have the understanding, now you get to make a decision on what price it is that you're willing to pay to get that thing. Is the price worth where you're trying to go, where you want to go, where you want to be? But understand that it's Never easy, but it might be worth it. Very important. Understand also, guys, to push yourself to become your better self is to understand that you're not alone in whatever it is that you think you're dealing with. And this is another cliche thing, right? But it's very true, it's very valid. Don't mind my cat. He likes to come and take naps. You know how they do. But keep in mind that you're not alone. I've personally dealt with that as well to a very high degree. I feel like a lot of us, we're connecting here, right? We're becoming one. We tend to think that because what we are dealing with, what we have dealt with, what we've seen in our own lives with our own two eyes, that nobody else has dealt with it the way that we have. They haven't seen it the way that we have. They haven't experienced it the way that we have. And it's simply just not true. It's true to a degree, right? The truth to that matter is it's not exactly the same that you have experienced it because it's your life, it's your experience, it's your body, stuff like that, right? But we do have to understand and comprehend that we are more similar than we are different in all different parts of the world. Third world countries, first world countries, second world, all this stuff. We have a lot of similarities. The person right next door to you could have had that same upbringing. A lot of us are trying to beat those generational curses that our families have bestowed upon us, and we have to be the ones that either make it or break it. You know what I mean? You're not alone in what you're dealing with, regardless of how much you feel like you are. You really aren't. Talk to somebody about it. Understand someone else's life, and because you just never know. You can take a Uber ride with somebody, and you can hear a story of something that happened to them a couple of years ago, their childhood, or something that they've experienced or are currently dealing with that might be so relatable to you. You've never met this man or this woman ever before in your life, and you're like, oh my gosh, that sounds like me. They don't look nothing like me. They don't talk nothing like me. They don't act nothing like me, whatever. It's just a different type of person, cut from a different cloth, but we got a lot of similarities. And that's what I mean. You're just not alone. Don't let that mentality that you think that no one else can get it. So you're pushing away people that don't want to help, that actually want to help, excuse me. And you don't want them around. People that want to be around, that want to see you through whatever your situation is, and because you think, oh, he don't get it, she don't get it, fuck them. Like, no, let's not. We can't do that because now we're not growing. We're not getting better. We're not becoming our true and better selves because we're stopping that growth from allowing someone to help and pull us up out of there because that person has been there before and they had to get pulled out or they found the keys to get pulled out. You don't always have to live life thinking that you got to make it by yourself and you're a one man, one woman show. That's not how this works. That's not how you get better. That's how you become a bitter individual. And now you're just an individual with no friends, no nothing. You just a self-made whatever, and now you're just there. Do you really want to be that person? No one really does. So leave that mentality in order for you to become better as an overall general person to push forward. What can help with that is fixing your surroundings as well. I moved away from home a couple years ago, almost 3 years now. It's been difficult. It's been hard. Has not been easy. But I'm gonna tell you right here, right now, it's been the most I've grown ever in the entirety of my life. I've traveled to a lot of places, visited a lot of places. I've been to quite a few places. I haven't been out the country yet. Can't wait, but moving away, being on my own with my girlfriend, learning how to be an adult and stuff like that, fresh out of college, trying to figure out life. Because for a long time, I thought I had myself figured out. It's so crazy. But all the growth that you can get by just going somewhere new and experiencing something new by yourself and for yourself, it's a completely life-changing thing, and it's usually for the better. You have to have that burning fire within yourself to keep pushing and keep going, and regardless of what, is out there. You have to attack it and tackle it and be ready for whatever life is ready to throw at you, because you're so new to it and you're so new to the experiences and everything that's happening right now. It's just like, oh my gosh, it's so fast, it's so different, it's so this, it's so that. But eventually you start to, now you're here with it. You're on track, you're on beat, and it starts to become this thing. Get accustomed, get used to it, change your surroundings and become, adapt, mold yourself. Now you're growing and now you're pushing. Once you get to new environments, you have to push yourself to keep up with what's going on, and in turn you become a better person. You become your better self, and not just with moving in general. Fixing your surroundings also means to be around different types of people, people that are better. But let's not say better in a way that they're just better than you, right? I'm not meaning it in that way. I mean people that's better. They live the lifestyle that you want, that you desire. They're in a tax bracket that you want, that you desire. I'm not talking millionaire, billionaire status. It doesn't have to be that thing. You don't need that much money to be a happy person, to live the best lifestyle. It's great, but you don't need that. In reality, what you need is just the money or the financial status to make yourself comfortable, having families if that's what you want, or just to be able to live a normal life that you see on TV, right? You don't need $1 billion, but you want to get around people who have found a way to do it, who are currently doing it, or who's on the way. People that have same career interest as you. They're in the career that you want to be in, or they're around those people that you want to be around that can get you there. You have to find those folks, as hard as it might be. If you're in a small town, small city, to get out and venture out. That's the beauty of having social media, but that's also the beauty of fixing your surroundings and moving. Now you're forcing yourself to be around and find these people. You come to them, but that only can mean bigger and better things for you because you're in that circle. Once you get into these types of circles, it makes you want to do better. Of course, they're also going to drop gems, and you're going to be in circles and in environments and atmospheres where people are talking about some stuff that you've never heard about. Like, oh, what is that? What is you have a Roth account? What? Oh, you do this and you make money like this. Oh, this is crazy. I've never thought of these things. That's what that does for you. It's not meant to push you down or put you down or make you sit down and think, okay, I'm not worth it. I'm not worthy. I'm worthless. I'm not going to be anything because all these guys got to figure it out. And I'm not, these are regular people doing the same stuff that you're doing. They just kind of crack the code a little bit. They just move a little bit differently. They just, they understand things a little bit different than you, but they're not different than you. They went to college or they didn't go to college, but they're not different than you. They just have a different understanding. And being around these people, you start to understand now. And you get to talk to these people. They can help you understand now. Now things are changing. Now things are switching up. Same for me. I'm around people now that technically are better than me and are doing better, but these are not people that put me down. We have conversations, and sometimes these are constructive conversations because we need that as well. I'm seeing brighter days every day, all the time, thinking about it like it's around the corner, it's coming, pushing forward, moving forward, just because of the new people that I'm around that really care and that really live that life and that's really doing great things. And I want to be a greater person. Now that I'm around these folks, it's inevitable at this point, and it can be like that as long as you are willing to take that constructive criticism, as long as you're willing to push yourself through these obstacles, jump these hurdles, move around, do new things, meet new people, get a little bit uncomfortable, and push. Because that's what this is all about. That's the message we're pushing. Everything is about moving forward. We're not stopping. We're not slowing down because there's no growth in that. With that, you also have to choose positivity, but you don't want to ignore reality. So your lights got cut off. Find the positivity in that. No, that does not mean everything is sunshine and rainbows. You're walking around a dark apartment, a dark house, smiling, having a great time, jumping around, listening to music. That's not what I mean. What I mean is find the positive. Okay, my lights got cut off. I'm upset about it. Things happen. I wish it could have gave me some more time. I wish it could have worked with me. It didn't happen. And that's the reality of it. It didn't happen. They didn't want to work with you. The lights got cut off. Now you got to figure this thing out. That's the reality. The positive is this. What am I going to do to get this money right? Let's budget right. Let's put this together. Let's move this money here. Let's do this there. Let's go find a couple of side gigs on my free time to get this extra money together to get these lights cut back on. That's the positive. That's the angle that you want to take. Keep the reality. Understand that what happened to you does suck and it's okay to feel those emotions, but feel the emotions. Do not allow the emotions to become you, take over yourself, your mind, and your body and your spirit. Don't allow that to be everything because that's when it gets dark. It might look dark in the apartment at the moment, but you allow stuff like that to really dwindle you and pull you down. That's when it really starts to get dark. And we don't want that. You keep pushing forward. You find the solution. If there is a will, there is absolutely a way. If you have a fire burning within you to want better and want greater, there is a way. If there's a will, there is a way. It's but it's within you first. You want to take these steps to build yourself up, to be ready for these moments and understand that regardless of what is happening to me, regardless of what's in the way, I can do this and I will do this. And it's gonna always seem like stuff is just happening, raining, thunderstorming, tornadoes, hurricanes, tsunamis, all these things consistent. It's back to back. It doesn't stop. But then it's that one day where you see sunlight and it's the craziest thing you've ever seen. Is what? Oh shit. Oh my God, it's beautiful out here. It's that day comes. Once you get a taste of what that day looks like, what it feels like, what it sounds like, now you're chasing it and you're seeing more of those days until that becomes a lifestyle. It's all about pushing and moving forward and not allowing yourself to stop. But you're not where you want to be right now, and that is okay. Me, for example, I don't know if you can tell, I'm supposed to be in the NBA right now. That's me, right? I was a basketball guru, when I was a little bit younger. Then, you see me here podcasting. If you know me on a personal level, I do dance modeling and acting, and on my free time, I do stuff like that. But you're not where you want to be right now. I should be in the NBA, guys, ladies and gentlemen, and that's okay, right? That's not what it's about, guys. It's we have to do the self reflection, and we have to get a better understanding of self to understand that okay, that's where I thought, but I understand myself a little bit better now. That was never the thing. As much as I love the sport and the art that is basketball, it wasn't. I was doing it for the wrong reasons. I was looking to fill a hole and a void in my life that really didn't have a whole lot to do with me personally. But I'm still thankful for it because I love the sport and the art of basketball. So when I get free time to go, I'll go have a great time. But no, I'm in a better spot now because I understand that that was never where I was supposed to be. The direction I'm heading in right now, the stuff that I'm seeing in my future, that's exactly where I'm supposed to be. This podcast is where I'm supposed to be. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I'm finally doing it now, and I feel good about it. I'm confident and comfortable doing this, regardless if this does well or not. If people hear me, that's great. But this is nice. This feels right just as much as basketball would have felt right if I got anywhere with it. This feels amazing. This is great. And the more that's coming in my life that the little seeds that I've been planting, the things that I've been working on, regardless of those rainy days, stuff is starting to grow and things are getting better and I'm seeing new things happening because I'm headed to where I'm supposed to be. You're on your own timeline. You're not ever off your timeline. And like I keep saying, it's going to feel like what I'm saying is not true. Like, oh, well, I'm this age and this hasn't happened for me yet. That's fine. It can, you know, oh, you didn't make it to the NBA. That doesn't mean that you can't be a GM. That doesn't mean that you can't own an NBA team. That doesn't mean that you aren't attached to the sport. And this is just me giving a tangible physical thing that you can understand. This doesn't have to be just that per se, just something that you can grasp, right? You're not where you want to be right now, but that does not mean that you're not going to get there. You just have to push, make it. You crawl through that mud and you come out clean on the other side. And now you're where you want to be exactly at the right time, right place, right time, right here, right now. It happens. These things are, it's real. Another great example for you, artist by the name of Jelly Roll, a country music artist. And I'm not a country fan myself, but this is something I've seen going viral on social media. He just won a Grammy for, I don't know if it was an album or a single or something, because I don't do that music genre, but I respect the video that I've seen because you can see the emotion and the feeling he had at his Grammy Award speech. He told the audience, like, hey, I'm 39 years old. And I just realized, like, it does happen at some point, because a lot of the times when it comes to music specifically, you thinking, I'm 29, I should have been popping right now. Like, oh my gosh, like all these people, Bad Baby, people like that blowing up and they're so young and they're doing all these things. Bow Wow, he was a kid. People have different timelines, guys. I have to realize that for myself. I dance and I see dancers all the time go viral or get these big dance gigs and get this big dance name at the early ages of 18, 19, 20 years old. And it hasn't happened for me yet, as long as I've been around and been doing my thing and trying and working hard and in the gym, training, doing all this stuff, all this. It happens though. You have to keep pushing. You got to keep moving forward. It's not about them. It's strictly about you, because whatever it is that is for you, it's absolutely going to come, but it never gets to you when you stop. That's the main thing. It never gets to you when you stop. It only comes as long as you keep moving forward. It comes. Absolutely. So you want to pick yourself up at all times when it feels like nothing else is mattering. This is a very powerful thing to understand for self. It's not about being a super independent man or woman. Don't need nobody. No one's gonna help me. No one wants to help me, or I don't want help from nobody. I don't need nobody. It's not that. If there are people that's around you that want to help and want to do something for you, you allow those people to do those things. Because it takes a village, not just to raise a child, but to raise yourself and become a better person, to understand your emotions better and understand how to function better as a better person. But there are going to be days and times and periods where those people aren't around because they have other things to put their energy towards. That's when you have to learn how to pick yourself up as well. But you're not picking yourself up like, oh, yeah, I don't need them anyway. It's not that, because now you're not growing. You're becoming this bitter individual person, this thing that nobody wants to be around because you think you got it all. You don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be that girl. It's not fun. It's not cool. You don't look good doing it, and it doesn't feel good because now you're empty inside and you're alone, and you wonder why people don't want to be around, because you have to drop that mentality. Just learn to understand that it's okay to accept help and want help and get it when it's available. But when it's not available, have that strength and that fire and that desire on the inside to pick yourself up, because there's going to be those days. It happens all the time. It's to the best of us. We all deal with it in our own ways, regardless of who has what lifestyle. Celebrity, businessman, businesswoman, people that got all this money, or people that's living these lavish lifestyles behind the scenes, they all have days where they're down about something, and we all have to pick ourselves up. The reason why some of these people are more successful than others, because when they have those down days, they did pick themselves up and they never gave up. They never stopped. They pushed, right? We have to keep pushing. Pick yourself up. I'm not saying that no one's ever going to be around, but for those days when no one is able to, you pick yourself up. You do it, because those days are probably going to come more than not. Those days where you are by yourself, it's going to come more than just having somebody sitting around waiting. Let's just be brutally honest about it. But that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't stop what you have going on. That doesn't stop the vision. That doesn't stop the person that you're trying to become. the life that you're trying to have, the goals that you're trying to accomplish, and whatever it is out of life that you want, it doesn't stop. You have to pick yourself up. You have to keep going. You have to push. Guys, like I said, uh episode 1 got a little bit preachy. I just wanna wrap this up by letting you all know to strive and just keep it moving. Keep moving, keep going, take some of these steps, and it's a lot more that you can do, a lot more that you can understand, a lot more information that you can go and grasp and sink in, soak in, right? To become a better self, push forward and understand how to work your way through these obstacles and these hurdles. These things exist, and in that better person, in that brighter day, and whatever it is behind that door, that thing does exist. Don't ever tell yourself that it's not there. Nobody can do anything for me. I won't ever get there. I will never be great. I'll never be successful. Leave those negative thoughts behind. Push forward, become better, and you do it in these ways and many more. I truly hope that this helps somebody. I truly hope that what I'm saying makes sense. It's not all jumbled. This is raw, pure, first take, one shot type thing. So not a whole lot of cutting, editing going on. I'm just talking straight to you, real. That's what the angle is going to be all about. So if this did anything for you, if you stayed this far, thank you so much. Like, subscribe if you want to see more from me. Every Wednesday, I'm going to be dropping something for you guys. Fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to fuck with you. um, let's get into this thing, man. Let's do this. This is the angle. I'm coming at you hard. I'm ready to get this thing going. And like I said, like, subscribe, hit the little bell to get notified when I'm dropping something. And yeah, guys, that's episode 1. I'm Derek. I'll catch you next time.